Hi, this is Kyle with Tomcat TV, and I just got finished with watching the first half of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and oh my gosh, it is so much better already than the Joss Whedon version, which is hilarious because at this point, Joss Whedon's Justice League is already over when it comes to like total time watched. Because I think I'm at like 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2 hours and 19 minutes. Of the runtime. The chapter I'm about to go into is, I can't remember the number of the chapter, but it's the one that's All the King's Horses, or something like that. All the King's Men. So far, it has been excellent. I can already tell. I mean, basically, just a lot of the shots and the way it is just crafted as a whole is more skillfully done. And even if it's not something that's just necessarily more skillfully done, it's with more care. Because it's obvious that Joss Whedon just did not really care. It was just really a paycheck. He's being paid to do something. They say, hey, you do this, you do this, you do that, and then we'll pay you. Zack Snyder wanted to realize his own vision and doesn't really want to do what the studio wanted him to do. I love that that's what we're seeing here. You know, and something I realized tonight, and I've talked about this, the amount of, like, the way DC makes me feel, this welling up of amazement, seeing, I guess, the majesty of the heroes, of the characters, the hope that they bring, all that stuff. It is just incredible. I mean, Superman, obviously, that's part of the reason why I like Superman so much, is because he's so powerful, and you can get those types of shots with Superman where he, like in the original Christopher Reeve, him flying around the world, or him in Man of Steel in space, or in Batman v Superman, whenever he's floating out in space and the sun goes on him and his eyes open and they're red. That is the type of stuff that I want to see from my DC superheroes, and this is the type of stuff that I'm seeing in Zack Snyder's Justice League, because Zack Snyder cares about the material, he cares about DC, he cares about the characters. I'm loving Cyborg, I'm loving the depth to his character, I'm loving freaking Steppenwolf, the depth to his character, that he is wanting to get back in good graces with Darkseid. And I don't think that's spoilers. I'm trying not to have any spoilers, obviously, on this. But that is, I think that adds a lot to it, is seeing a motivation for him. I mean, he obviously, he wants to destroy the world, obviously, or our world, but it's something to where he cares more about getting in good graces with Darkseid again and coming back to Apocalypse, which is something that is absolutely was never even delved into, and I don't know why you wouldn't delve into that. It was, the original Justice League was just so lazy. That's my biggest problem. It was just a lazy movie, and it was just a blatant cash grab. As a film and as a Justice League movie, it was bad. But this one, what I like about what he's doing here is he's not just wanting to do a good story, which I feel like is there. He's good characters, which I feel like we absolutely have, but he's wanting to make a good film, a great film. That being said, I am so excited to see part 2 of that, or basically the last half of this. My dad kept falling asleep, and my daughter was getting a little restless, so we had to go ahead and take her home. But I'm grabbing my wife and I something to drink from Come and Go real quick, and I'm going to go home and meet them there, and we're going to be kept awake all night. I just wanted this to be fresh in my mind, and I wanted you to hear my fresh take on it. But that being said, so far, summarizing, I love it so far. I'm thinking it's fantastic. I do think that there are some parts that could be shortened a little bit, just with some unnecessary scenes. But overall, I'm just glad that he's able to have his vision realized, and I'm glad that we get to see his vision, because his vision is so much better. It's far superior to the one we got back in 2017. So I'm very happy. Let me know what you think so far, what you think of the Zack Snyder Justice League down in the comments down below. And let me know if you liked my review of the first half of it up until the All the King's Men chapter, which I haven't seen that chapter yet, but I'm really excited because we all know what happens in that one. I'm just sorry I couldn't do a reaction to this one because my phone does not hold that much memory, and there's no way I'd be able to do that, especially with a daughter. It's something I have to watch all that with everybody. So that being said, thank you so much for your support, for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. All right, so I just finished the second half of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it was so much better than the Joss Whedon version by leaps and bounds. And in so many different ways. I mean, first off, the things that I mentioned, because where I started the second part was where I kind of mentioned in my first part of this review, was All the King's Horses, or All the King's Men, or whatever it was called. I think that's chapter 5. I thought it was chapter 6 last time, but it's actually chapter 5. It was about 2.5 hours into the movie. And they decided to go ahead and bring Superman back. Spoiler alert. Can't remember if I mentioned that at the beginning, but I'm going to keep saying spoiler alert. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, because obviously 4 hours is a bit of a time burn, but it's well worth it. It's well worth the 4 hours. And when they brought Superman back, they did it very similarly to the way they did it in the Joss Whedon Justice League, but there were so many key elements that were just completely missing from that made it void of any sort of weight or depth. Just like I was talking about in the first part, the first half, my opinion on the first half of it, and my opinion when it comes to why Zack Snyder's Justice League is better, is because there's just so much more depth to what he's doing as opposed to what Joss Whedon did. With pretty much every scene, I feel like there was implications for the rest of the DCEU. When they go to bring back Superman, I think it was in the Joss Whedon Justice League, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I remember it, I think that they said the Flash had to run, charge it, as soon as it touched the puddle of the life tank or whatever that they put Superman, I can't remember what it's called, that he had to do it, and his timing had to just be perfect. And I remember thinking that was actually really kind of stupid, honestly. I remember thinking it was dumb, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. It didn't really have a lot of emotional heft that it really should have. I mean, I remember being really, really excited to see Superman, and I just felt like it wasn't there. I remember I was really trying so hard to really be impressed by it and enjoy it, and I struggled. But with Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was so much better because the reason why. So it wasn't so he had to touch it at the exact same moment. It was at least that's not what I caught from it. Maybe it was, but I didn't think it was. It was that he had to go ahead and give it the charge. That they had to activate the mother box at the same time that he was giving it the charge, but it wasn't something to where he had to touch it right as it hit the pool. That doesn't make any sense. But whenever he did do it, you saw a hint of him kind of rewinding time, and you saw right before doing it, you saw Victor get kind of a hint from the mother boxes as what Darkseid's plan was, or the future. I'm guessing it was the future because he saw that Arthur was dead, and he saw that who else was it? He saw Wonder Woman was dead. He saw that everybody was basically dead because of what happened. Oh yeah, he saw Superman cradling Lois Lane. That's what he saw. She was gonna be and Darkseid walking up there. I'm sorry, I'm fanboying out. It was just so cool. And then when they finally bring him back, there wasn't any of this goofy stuff. I mean, it was a little goofy with the whole Flash running around, but I remember that was like my favorite part of that scene. It's amazing to me that literally every single shot and every single scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League, in Joss Whedon's Justice League, that I liked, were scenes that were in Zack Snyder's Justice League. There are so many more memorable moments in this. There's so much more emotional heft whenever they are fighting Steppenwolf at the end, because obviously, Superman comes back. They're able to jog his memory with Lois Lane there. I do not remember him flying off with Lois. I don't think that happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there was so much more emotional heft to that whole scene than him realizing, hey, they brought me back for a reason. I need to go. I need to find out what it is. And then he goes and he helps there. And the whole scene of them trying to help Victor pull those apart in time without getting stopped by Steppenwolf, there was so much more. I got this feeling of desperation, of come on, go, do it, that I didn't have before in Joss Whedon's Justice League. It just was not there. The desperation was not there. I don't think they felt the desperation, to be quite honest. But in this, the way it was edited, the way the cinematography was, the way the action was, the way the hits the heroes took, it made me feel the desperation and the stakes. And you didn't get that. And then whenever they lose, But then the Flash reverses time. You get a kind of a picture as what would have happened if they were able to realign that and the Flash hadn't done what he did. And I know this is basically spoiler filled, but I don't know of a way to really talk about this without really talking about spoilers. I definitely like this a lot better than Joss Whedon Justice League. I mean, I tell you, when Superman came back and he was fighting Steppenwolf and fighting alongside him, it got me right here really good, because Superman's my favorite. I love the idea that they were struggling, and this was in the Joss Whedon Justice League. It was the only aspect of the Joss Whedon Justice League that really I liked was Superman basically coming in and just saving the day. I loved him just like pinning him down and wrecking him. And then at the end, whenever they do go ahead and succeed, they go ahead and Aquaman stabs him through the back with the trident, throws him over, and then Wonder Woman decapitates him right as he goes and falls at Darkseid's feet. I love that. That was basically a challenge saying, hey, yeah, if you want it, come here, we'll stop you. And I love that. Man, I can't even. Now, I will say, I feel like if he really should have ended it. I mean, there was some good depth afterwards with him, with the little speech from his father from the tape. I do think that was good. But I think he should have shortened that up a little bit, made it a little more compact, and ended with that. I don't think the epilogue with the alternate timeline was necessary. I feel like it went a little long. It was really cool, but I feel like it took me out of it a little bit, because it seemed you could obviously tell that it was filmed at a different time than the rest of it. And you could also tell there wasn't as much of a budget for it as it was with the rest of it. And you can tell after that whole sequence that also was filmed completely separate and after the fact, and basically within the last year. Partially because the CGI was just not as good as the rest of the movie, which is okay. I can get past that. It doesn't take me out of the movie, but also has to do with it. I feel like Ben Affleck looked fairly different than he did in the rest of the movie. And I think it's just, obviously, he wasn't beefed up as much as what he normally would be for Justice League to play Batman. That being said, there's quite a few things that I liked about everything in the epilogue. The whole thing about Deathstroke coming to see Lex after Lex escaped. Obviously, that was in the Joss Whedon Justice League, except that scene, I know it was longer in the Zack Snyder's Justice League, because I remember them the last one, I don't think they even talked about Batman a whole lot. At least I don't remember. I was just more of like, hey, you want to team up? Yeah, sure, let's team up. And then basically that was the end of the movie. But what we have here is basically set up for the standalone Batman movie that we were going to get with Ben Affleck, which makes me really sad now that we're not getting that. I realize we might. From what I understand, it's kind of a little up in the air. It sounds like WB or Warner Brothers is really trying to dig their heels into the ground and say, yeah, we're not doing it for some odd reason. But I really think that they could do very well with that. Maybe if it's something that, hopefully what they can do is maybe just basically give HBO Max a lot of funding to be able to, or the rights to be able to let Zack Snyder create his own universe and make every single movie, maybe make a show, even make little mini series come out, mini seasons, like maybe 4 episodes of some sort, with the types of special effects, the type of special effects that we know we can do now in those types of shows, and finish out his universe how he was wanting to finish it out, including maybe scrapping the Flashpoint movie and making it the Flashpoint movie with Zack Snyder doing it, because I get a little concerned that they're going to just completely stick with the whole Whedon or Joss Whedon version of the story, which I absolutely do not want. I remember watching the Joss Whedon version and thinking that the Flash's humor was just way out of place and way too much, way too goofy. In the Zack Snyder's Justice League, it felt just right. Batman, he didn't really have any humorous moments. Thank goodness Batman's not supposed to be like that. Which brings me, and I'll try to like edit this down a little because I have a whole lot of thoughts that are just racing through my mind. Is something that was great about what happened with Batman's character in this is with, and what I think a lot of people don't understand is Batman and Batman v Superman. He was very dark, depressed, tragic. Which I mean, Batman's always been dark, depressed, tragic, but it was Batman without any hope to speak of at all. And Batman without hope means that basically Batman gets to do what he wants to do, and he's right about everything, and it doesn't matter who dies, as long as what he feels the greater good is being served. And then what we see with him basically fighting alongside Superman, he got that hope back. He realized that he was in the wrong. And then that hope, that faith that he got back because of Superman, which is what he's supposed to do. That's why Superman's so important, is he is that light. He is that hope for the DC universe. And that's why his character is so important. And he gave that to Batman, which made Batman bring everybody together and basically save the world. Which adds a whole... There's a lot of layers, I feel like, that a lot of people don't quite get. And maybe it's just me reading into a lot of it, but I don't think so. With Zack Snyder, I don't think so. That being said, I am really excited. I really hope to see more of this. Honestly, it is a complete, total travesty if they don't do more. It is absolutely disgusting if they don't do it. Because at this point, I feel like it's almost just kind of a refusal to admit fault for something if Warner Brothers does not greenlight more of Zack Snyder's universe. It's clearly successful. I think when HBO Max released Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think I saw an article or something saying like, what was it, 68, their subscriptions or their downloads went up by 68%, or there was like 68,000 down. I can't remember. It was just like an extreme increase in downloads on their phone app, so people could watch Zack Snyder's Justice League. So it's absolutely stupid to not continue it. And I am absolutely a part of the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, because it is so much better than anything else they're going to try to do. Just kind of to wrap up, I think that overall, the story for Zack Snyder's Justice League has a lot more heft emotionally. It makes a lot more sense. It has so much more depth, and it's beautiful. A lot more beautiful than anything that we got from Joss Whedon. And I really do appreciate that, and I really want to see more. I'm really excited. I love it, and I will give it absolutely a 20 out of 10. And let me know what you thought. If you liked, which I'm sure you did, Zack Snyder's Justice League, I do think maybe it was a little long in some areas, but I think overall he got to release his vision, and I really do like it. I really am glad he got to release his vision, because his vision is absolutely the right vision, and the vision that we need the DCEU to go in. And I'm so excited to see more. And let me know what you think down in the comments down below. What do you think of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Do you agree with any of my opinions and my ramblings on Zack Snyder's Justice League? If you do agree, then comment down below. Let me know. If you disagree, comment down and let me know. And have a discussion in the comments if you watch my review. And if you liked my review, then like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I do reactions. Sorry I could do a reaction of this one. It's just way too long, and I use my phone to record, and I don't know if I have that much room on my phone. I generally delete things after I record it, at least move it over to my computer and then delete it on my phone, because I just don't have enough room. That being said, I look forward to doing more reviews like this and hopefully more reactions. Hopefully in the future, if there's any more Zack Snyder's universe, I'll be able to just actually do an actual reaction to it. But I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you very much.